Okay, so here I am sitting on a bench here they've got set up right on the threshold of runway 26 into Goose Bay. Got a nice little Labrador flag on the garbage can right here, so you can sit here and watch the planes come in. Although there won't be any planes coming in on 26 today because the winds are pretty strong out of the north. Everybody's landing runway 33 as we did earlier. So we went out to the block to see if we could finish this job off today because we're almost done. Unfortunately, too much rain and low cloud, we had to turn around and come back. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to tell you a little bit about what's going on, how we fly survey, how we know we're on the line. So let's get into this one. About 4 months ago, I was hired as a survey pilot in the Cessna Caravan. The survey company is an international multi-physics company with its main headquarters in Spain. My division headquarters is based in Ottawa at the Ottawa Airport. Before I took this job, I really had no idea what survey flying was all about. I saw a few ads on Av Canada here and there, but I had no idea what it was really all about. I'd never even met anyone that had gone survey flying. I certainly know much more about being a survey pilot now. In this video, I'm going to tell you all about how we fly survey. When we decide we want to be pilots, most of us probably dream of making it to the airlines. However, what I now know is that there are some very rewarding pilot careers in other areas of aviation, such as survey flying. As a survey pilot, I get great health and dental benefits. I also get RSP matching. All of my travel and accommodation is paid for. I get per diems, and all of my recurrent training and medicals are paid for. Furthermore, I am currently going through an FAA license conversion, which is also completely covered. There is lots of opportunity for personal growth. Let's start talking survey. Simply put, survey flying is flying straight lines back and forth in a designated area called a block. We usually ferry the airplane from home base in Ottawa to the part of the world where we are going to work. From there we fly to the block every day to work. The lines could range from a few kilometers in length to a few hundred kilometers. With my job, we usually fly at 260 or 500 feet above the ground. It depends on what type of survey we are doing. Regardless of the equipment we are using to acquire data, we are always flying the airplane in straight lines over the ground. There are 2 pilots in the plane, and we take turns flying lines. Sometimes the speed at which we fly will change. Again, this depends on the tolerances for each specific job. How do we know we are flying in straight lines? Well, we have a screen that tells us. That box up on the dash gives us all the information we need. we get the following information. It tells us the line number and the direction we should be flying in. Just like a runway, you can fly the line from either direction. An example line number might be 15590 north. And the next line might be 15580 south, depending on if we are working east or west. We also get our position on the line in a positive or negative number. A positive number that is decreasing indicates that we are currently on the selected survey line between the beginning and end. A negative number indicates we are not yet at the start of the line, or that we have passed the end of the line. We also get our ground speed in meters per second. There may be a ground speed limitation to the survey. Exceeding those limitations would cause a decrease in the quality of the data. Your airspeed may need to be altered slightly depending on headwinds or tailwinds. Now, this is where skill comes into play. We get information about our vertical track above or below the specified altitude, and also information about our lateral track, left or right of the specified track across the ground. The tolerances for this are pretty strict. However, repetition helps you get very good at meeting the requirements. Generally, we want to be flying the airplane within 20 meters left or right, and within 10 meters up or down of the three-dimensional track through the air, about 60 feet and 30 feet respectively. However, you are always trying to fly it perfectly. This is like flying an ILS instrument approach all day long. It will make you a better pilot. Power is the main component for following the vertical drape, and ailerons for maintaining the lateral track. You might be wondering what a drape is. I will explain in a minute. The last bit of numerical information we get on the screen is the true track we need to fly and the true track we are currently flying. If the track we need to fly is 315, flying 313 for only a few seconds will certainly lead us off track. The lines on the last job I flew were spaced 100 meters apart, so drifting more than 50 meters off the track would put us closer to the next survey line. It sounds really difficult, and it is in the beginning, but you get lots of practice and it becomes much easier and fun. It's like playing a video game. It's easy to get lost in it, and time tends to pass very quickly. Plus, there is so much more than just flying straight lines. You need to get really good at interpreting weather and using all the weather resources available to make a decision to fly on any given day. In some parts of the world, at certain times of the year, the weather is always very fair. In other parts of the world, such as Labrador, the air is always saturated. The airplanes also have to be ferried to and from a wide range of places in the world, such as Greenland, Africa, the US, and South America, to name a few recent ones. The beauty of this is that you get to explore a bit if you find yourself in one of these places. Not just check into a hotel, get your 8 hours sleep, and then fly home the next day. You are also challenged with doing all the planning to get the airplane from A to B. There is so much to learn, and each tour always seems to be different at this job. So I mentioned something called a drape. A drape is displayed to us as a line moving across our screen from right to left. It indicates the slope of the terrain underneath of us. On the screen, there is also another line being drawn, which is the vertical path of our plane in reference to the drape. This is a visual representation of the position of the airplane in reference to the drape. Through this, we are able to anticipate climbs, descents, and level flight to maintain the predetermined height above the ground we are required to fly to get quality data. Just matched the vertical path of the airplane with the drape. During this job, the drape was set at 260 feet. And before you ask, we have special permission to fly at this altitude. We have two types of drapes when we are flying survey: 2D drapes and 3D drapes. 2D drapes only take into account terrain heights that are on the line to be flown. 3D drapes consider terrain to the left and right of the line to be flown. If the area to be surveyed has large and/or steep changes in elevation, the drape knows this and will start a climb or descent at a location that will not exceed the performance of the airplane. Roughly, this is no greater than 5 degrees. The key to flying the contour of the drape is to lead the climbs and descents with the use of power. More power to go up, less power to go down. So hopefully I have painted a somewhat understandable picture of what and how we fly survey. I love the adventure this job provides. One of my co-workers, who has made a career out of survey flying, has a map of the world in his garage. On that map, he has a pin placed in every spot he's been. He's been everywhere. It's incredible. In future episodes, I'm going to take you with me on my adventures. You can learn and experience with me. Thanks for watching. See you soon.
So how many lines are in this pair? There's only 6, right? 6 in this little chunk.
So you want to fly 3 and I'll fly 3?
Or what do you want? Sure. Yeah, we can do.
Or do you want to, whatever you want?
Yeah, we can do that.
Where's the wildlife? I haven't seen anything this tour yet. I've only got
I just saw that one moose.
Yeah, I didn't see it. You saw it, I didn't see it, but I think I've only got about 13 hours in the airplane this tour. So.